This is a little unusual video for me because I want to talk about some experiences I've had over the past many years with HR and hiring managers, because I've had some experiences even more recently that have just been negative, and I just wanted to talk about some of the things I've experienced here. So this isn't related to anything else on my channel, but then again, I've done a couple of the videos that aren't either. Um, I did an interview many years ago with a healthcare company. That's not a sector I'm in, but the particular job was directly related to healthcare. Well, a recruiter sent me on the job, and I remember telling her I did not want a call center. I didn't want to work in one. Well, sure enough, that's basically what it was. But it was a panel interview with four people and one on the phone. So I still remember the person was a guy on my right, a lady right in front of me, and then two of the guys on my left. The lady in front of me was always nice and smiling at me. The guy on my right seemed okay. The other two couldn't care less. Well, that lady on the phone, obviously I don't know, what was going on with her. I couldn't see her. I remember just during the questioning period, the lady was asking me some good questions and smiling. She genuinely seemed interested. Whether or not she was, who knows. The guy on my right was kind of, he was there, seemed okay. Well, the two other guys that were in the room couldn't care less. They were just kicked back, whatever. One of them, I still remember this day, read all the questions off a paper, and this was seriously his tone of voice. What would you say is your greatest skill? What do you think you can do that nobody else can do? What can you bring to the table? What is your greatest weakness? That's really how the guy acted. It was pissing me off. I think that's extremely rude. Obviously, the guy didn't want to be there. Maybe he didn't even care about me at all. If you don't want to be there, don't be there. Okay, don't waste my time. But I found that incredibly rude. And then the more they talked, it was a call center. And I asked the guy on my right, is this a call center? Because I was told it was. And he goes, well, we don't like to use that term call center. It doesn't matter if you don't like to use it. It is what it is. So they gave me a quick role play, and I just hurried up and got that done as quick as I could because I did not. I already knew I didn't want the job, but I was mostly pissed off the people on my left that were the two guys over there. Like, what do you think of this? Well, what about this? That's almost verbatim how they acted. As soon as I walked out the door, I think I was halfway to my car, called the recruiter, and I said, absolutely not. For one, it's a call center. She goes, I told you it was. And no, actually, you didn't. You did not tell me that. And for two, I said, obviously, these people don't care because they're just sighing and going, whatever. All right, fine. I said, that was a horrible impression. No. I said, I don't even care if they want me or not. I'm already saying no. More recently, I went on an interview with a company that they did farm equipment, but the job wasn't directly that. It was a panel of 5 people, all in front of me. There are 2 ladies and 3 guys. One of the ladies was always smiling. The other lady just was like, whatever. The guy who was, I thought, upper management, but turns out he wasn't. He was kind of serious. And then the other 2 guys were just kind of, whatever. And most of the time they spent looking at their papers, just kind of, my resume, just, whatever, alright, fine, yeah, okay. I tried smiling, being upbeat, they just didn't give a damn. Obviously, it was just a waste of time. And the lady across was probably the worst. The entire time she was just kind of glaring, just whatever. All right, fine. If you don't want to be here, don't be here, okay? Don't waste my time. I find that extremely rude. Rather than just sit there and go, just whatever, okay. Go do your job then. Leave me alone. Don't even be here. Well, about the same time as that, actually just a little bit earlier, I interviewed with a place that was a technology company. Really excited to go there. I tried a couple times to get on, and they'd always passed me over for whatever reason. Um, I finally was able to get an interview and interviewed three people. I don't remember well what all they did there. All of them were like, during the interview, all of them. One guy smiled a little bit, but so there were two. There was one off the side. Well, there's one to my right, one friend of me, one to my left. The guy to my right was basically just like whatever, okay, fine. And he's the one that I was supposed to ask for when I walked in the building. He just couldn't care less. The guy in front of me seemed somewhat interested, a little bit. And the guy on my right was the whole time he's sitting there going, I'm just here. I'm just kind of here. Then why are you here? If you have no purpose to be in this room, why are you here? Well, the thing I found with all three of those jobs, oh, actually I have another one. I'll mention this one last, and then something else with all these. About 2 years ago, I interviewed with a company that said we're in communications. What they did is they just resold Microsoft products. That's all they did. So, and I actually wrote a review for this company. Not a good review. First was the HR phone call. The lady, no, she wasn't HR, she was receptionist. She seemed not happy, but not rude. They brought me in, I talked to the HR lady, and she told me basically you have to get through me to even go on to the next level. Well, all she did is complain about my resume. If you don't like my resume, then why'd you call me? So she complained about that, complained about, well, there's no college on here, right, because I don't have any college. Well, you should have this, should do this, should do that. I don't need to do anything. You know, I mean, you called me in for an interview. If that was a problem, why did you call me? I didn't say that to her, but uh, so I tried to schmooze up to her and be nice to her, and I was already getting a bad impression of the company. Finally, they said, okay, go home. They called me that day and said, yep, you passed the interview. Like, really, with her? She was miserable. Next, I interviewed with I think the director, a team lead, and someone else, I don't remember who. And all of them were miserable. The entire interview, they're just looking down, like, whatever, and, oh, man, just this job does this and this. Horrible impression. At that point, I should have just turned it down. I really should have, because there's just so many red flags. About a week later, they said they wanted to do a final interview with me. 7 people, and I was not expecting that. That interview, they grilled me. They basically asked me, go over your resume line by line. What's all this about? Why are you good enough to work here? Why should we employ you? Why are you better than everybody else? Give me a good reason you should be here. That was basically the questions I asked, and everybody was just, just miserable. Day later, they sent me an email saying, yeah, we decided not to hire you. Good, good. You're all miserable. Every person I met there was just miserable. They hated it. Why the hell would I want to work there? So the thing I noticed with all 4 of these companies, even though not everybody at all of them was miserable, most of them were, when I'm looking around at them going, you know, I'm here for an hour or so. Why would I want to work for you people? You're negative, you're unhappy, life sucks. And yeah, if I don't fit that profile, just pin everything, you don't want me. Good. I have enough problems in my life. I don't need yours. I thought most of them were actually very rude. If you're going to be there to, interview someone, then show a little bit of excitement, a little bit of, hey, I'm happy to meet you. Tell me about yourself. If I don't have the skills you want, that's fine. But you don't have to sit there and read off a paper and go, oh, man, what's your greatest weakness? What's your greatest strength? How are you different than anybody else? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Why do you care? You're obviously not interested in being there, so why do you care? That's been my experience. Only a small percentage of jobs, but you know what? If you don't want to be there, don't be there. Don't ruin my one shot, okay? And yeah, I'm aggressive because I'm tired of these people wasting time and acting like they'd rather do anything else than be there. Nobody's forcing you to be in that interview. You can have someone else take it over. And if that's not the right job for you, then find another one. But I'm glad those companies didn't bring me on board. Honestly, some of them I've turned down because just they go, we liked you, you seem to be a match. I'm not going to become miserable like you. No. So anyway, that's been my experience with it with several places over the years, and there's no amount of money that's gonna keep me happy there. I'm gonna hate it from the first day. So why even take it? But yeah, very rude interviewers.